Hello, everybody. Um, yeah, so today's going to be a brief thing here because I got my second shot coming up. So this is just going to be an hour today. But we got a couple things to look at. Some new buildings, newish buildings, revamped buildings, redesigned buildings. Some buildings, yeah, because that's what we do here. We make buildings. And of course, I'm using the royal we. It's because. So I got a couple things going on here. We got a revamped police station, city hall, mayor's office, court thing. Yeah, so that's there. Back here we got treads tuning and the Ferrari Museum, which we're going to pull out and take a look at. But there's kind of order up operations that I got to go in here today. So we're going to take a look at that first, and then put that in the city, free up that table, and then pull this stuff out. So yeah, it's going to take a second. But before I get to that, there's a couple things to take a look at and smaller builds that I'm working on, stuff like that. So the Tricky Bricks 2-week challenge this time is to take your favorite minifigure and then create an environment for it. You know, just a little showcase for your figure, pretty much. So I'm working on something that, hey, Aquamike, what's going on? Doing pretty good, yo. How you? So yeah, we're gonna take a look at this one first. Brickinista, hey, what's going on? I hope everybody can hear me and everything. If not, just let me know. I'll try and adjust if I can. But this is a little DJ booth I'm working on for Alien DJ and the Samarapper. And then we got the hip hop robot up there too. And then I don't know what that guy's actual name is. Ice cream saxophonist. So I'm just going to call him the Sunday saxophonist. Why not? But yeah. So, I mean, put a little light behind this. It'll look pretty good. It's all transparent down there below. Well, thanks, yo. Appreciate that. Yeah, the 3-in-1 toy store is pretty good. Pretty good. I need to get one of the larger 3-in-1 sets someday. But yeah, so this is going on here. I might or might not work up a little mechanism where I can just have him kind of swivel, working the turntables and whatnot. He's got 4 turntables going at once there, and yeah. So I kind of tried to emulate his head style a little bit when I made the upper part of the booth. There's a whole lot of transparent pieces going on here. And the back is not too attractive, you know. It's just a little bit of inner workings, but down below it looks pretty smooth. So yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. It's dope, yo. Thank you. That's what I'm working on right now for the 2-week challenge. This might be pretty close to done or almost done. We'll see. So there's that. Man, okay. It's a little bit top heavy. Back of the top heavy. So I got to find a more stable place to set this right now. And I'm not really finding one, so I'm just gonna lay it down. Hopefully it's not gonna explode. All right, so that one's there. And if you're in Tricky Lug, or if you're familiar with Tricky Lug and what Tricky Lug does, we it's Richard and Flynn on YouTube from Lego Master Season 1. They stream 3 times a week, and the folks that hang out in there, we're Tricky Lug. We're like a family. We've been doing this for like over a year. But what we're doing right now is we're doing a camping collaboration for Bricks by the Bay. Let's go camping. The theme pretty much is camping, and make sure you've got a campfire. So I got a campfire. Gonna build an environment for your Aquamike fig. Any suggestions? I'd go with a throne room, something like that. You were talking about making a throne for him. But my campsite, trying to work on that a little bit, and just kind of started it after the Tricky Lug meeting this weekend. But we got a campfire going there. It's almost more like almost looks like a sacrificial altar, really. And then some various trees I've had laying around back here, working on getting things together. So we got these birch trees that the trunks came in. It was one of the Frozen sets, like the Enchanted Treehouse, I think it was. But those are great pieces, and I checked Bricklink, or I mean Bricks and Pieces, and you can't get them. Can't get them. But when they did have them, they were like a couple bucks each. So I got that on clearance on my last vaccination shot. So if you happen to see that one out in the wild, get it. It's worth it. So yeah, I'm going in for my second shot this afternoon. So it's only going to be an hour show today. Just talking about some things real quick and whatnot and wherefore and things of that nature. But yeah, so back here I went with just a weird pink and white tree with a kind of a rocky base, and you can see some eyes poking out of there. Something's living in the bottom of that. This one over here in the center, it's just like that minifig tree headpiece turned into a tree with some leaf action going on there. And then this little black one is kind of an expanded version of a bonsai tree that I made for Lego ideas. It was like challenges and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, thanks, yo. Whimsical. Yeah. We're getting towards whimsical, mystical, all kinds of isticles going on up in here. But yeah, is it going to be a tent? Are they just going to be laying out in sleeping bags? I don't really know at this point. Am I going to change the fire pit around? Possibly. You see where I've got, see if I can tip this without anything falling off. That tree is a sturdy build though, the white one. But you can see how like the different environments I have kind of these segmented color puddles really is what they are. And I kind of wanted to do that to set off the campfire a little bit, to kind of just get something, all the isticles, frickinista, all the isticles. So I'm on the fence about that. I was thinking, well, I got lime because I was looking to use these larger curved pieces to kind of set those off. And then this one back here, I use that flame orange, but it's really hidden by that build. Yeah, color puddles. I think I'm going to go with that. It's a nice term. Yes. Tentacle pieces will make your throne room look amazing, Aquamike, especially because you're Aquamike, you need tentacles in there. But yeah, so this is what I'm working on. I'm pretty proud of that campfire. It's a little bit raging. At first, my idea was just do like an entire campfire build, just like a huge living campfire or something like that, because that's where my mind goes. But I reined it in a little bit. We're working on this. I kind of want to put some other little hidden Easter eggy, creepy things in there. Just that this maybe not the safest campsite in the whole park. But you can see there I got the cow skull and, like I say, the eyes back there, and I want to work in a couple other things. So we're gonna snow on the yellow puddle. Yeah, that's not necessarily a great combination, but yeah. Watch out where those huskies go, and don't you eat that yellow snow. All right, so I'm going to scoot that up there for now. All right, so order of operations: squids. Squids are awesome. I have a thing for squids. Well, because last year it was kind of towards the end of Lego Masters, right about the time I found Richard and Flynn's stream. I was working on my red squid, which is down there. You may have seen it on Instagram. I might have shown up on here a couple times too on YouTube. But yeah, that build just kind of came together, and it's one of those ones where it had funky angles and things that had to clip in, and everything just kind of went right. So that was like my big move into doing other things other than the city and rebuilding cars and things like that, and just making creatures and characters and things of that nature. And that happened like almost simultaneously with finding the Tricky Bricks live stream. I'm just going off on a squid tangent real quick because we got a little time. But yeah, so I was researching the Humboldt squid and watching all these videos and stuff, and I've watched Jang's stuff for a while, and Brixar I used to watch. I used to watch M&R. I used to watch Just Too Good. Don't really watch those cats anymore. I watch a little bit of Jang's stuff when he does like a city rebuild and stuff like that, but I find the more I watch reviews, the more I want to buy Lego sets that I probably wouldn't normally buy. So I've just been kind of tamping down on that as it is, because I'm practically on the Lego site every day. So I'm trying to keep up, if they drop something new or something's coming out in a couple weeks and they kind of tease it on there, I'm gonna see it right away. So I'm trying to be less dependent on the YouTube reviews, just because it can be a little bit much. Yeah, Aaron and Christian, when they did that Squid on Lego Masters. That was pretty keen. It was pretty awesome with the diving helmet when they did the half build. Amazing stuff. But that was also when Richard and Flynn kind of like took everybody out with their clock. That was a great one. Squid tangent, yes. Squid tentacle, if you will. Yeah, I like that. That's awesome. All right, so set that there. Hopefully the water doesn't spill. Hockey team is called the Kraken. They sound pretty intimidating. All right, so here we have my city building, which I've had like my Lego situation is kind of an order of operations thing, right? So if you're familiar with math at all, which I'm sure everybody is, there's kind of a set rule, like you have to get this part done of the equation before this part can be done, and so on and so forth. Well, that's kind of how things are in my city, because I got to free up bricks from one thing to work on another, and then that's all in service of the original build, which I was kind of going after. So I'll go through, rebuild a building, glean the parts from that I need, separate light colors that I might be working with from the main collection, throw them in a pick a brick cup, and then try and get something generated from that. So like my order of operations is getting all taken care of, and I'm getting everything off my plate right now. And this was the main bit of that. So I can start working on some smaller builds. I can work on Babu Frick finally again. I can work on a second Adam Warlock Cocoon build, the one that was kind of teased at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I have a Nautilus build that I'm trying to redo for Lego Ideas, because I did it for a float for the Tricky Bricks challenges, because that's been my life for this last year. Which building, Aquamike? I got a few. So this is the Opera House here. This is just a kind of a catch-all apartment building kind of a thing, but I mean it's all open floors right now because it needs to be redone. Yeah, combination of window sizes. This one is the City Services building here, Gotham City Police Department originally. But it's the Police Department Plus now. So yeah, order of operations getting done. Got other things coming up that I can actually finish and get working on, and not to mention the hashtag rebrick this stuff that we're doing with Brickanista right now. I've converted the set 3111 back to its original form because I wanted to throw some propellers on top of it, and then I threw some propellers on top of it and some skids on it, and it doesn't look right. It looks like super formed and chibi, which is kind of cool, but like the propellers don't spin unless they're up high, and it doesn't really look proportional. So right now it's just chilling back at its original form, because this is a little bit epic to me. I love this. It's got like the appearance of a yeah. See you later, Aquamike. Thanks for stopping in. It's got the appearance of kind of an Apache helicopter a little bit to me. So I was kind of like, well, why not see what we can do with it there? And not really a fail, but just chalk it up to experience, really. All right, so that's going to stay over there for now, and we're going to get to the building finally. So you may not be able to see the top. I'm going to lift the computer here for a second because that's how we do things here. And you can see one of the main things, Nora is not in her bed there, that I was going for is getting the Beatles a new place to play. So the Beatles now have a rooftop to play their concert on. And that is most of what drove the rebuilding of all of this. But I've reworked the cornice again. I'm probably going to rework it a couple times just to kind of fine tune it. But it's I found these dark azure pieces here because that's really what the that main lighter color here is that dark azure. And that kind of makes everything pop against the regular blue. Plus, I had these, and a lot of these window pieces came from Olivia's house. Joel Marbella, hey, what's going on? No worries, man. Lurk away. But I got these from, was it not Olivia's house? Mia's house. 2 copies of Mia's house from friends. And it had these great little dark azure window pieces and these little arches there. But the arches went really well with this, what is it, medium nougat color there, which is what was provided with that set. And I didn't have a lot of that color. don't have a lot of that color. So I had to go and isolate all the ones that I had, kind of try and work up a scheme where it would be able to jive with that, because I have some other arches like that. I had some dark gray, I had some light gray, and some tan, and it just the color just didn't work right. But go back to this color combination, it's fantastic. So that's what we went with for that. All right, so down below we have a Lego store, which is a redesign of the currently available $24.99 Lego store set, plus 3 or 4 or 5 of those little VIP bags where you get the VIP card, the red figure, and then you have like a mini store build in there. And then there was a picture frame that came out that, a Lego store on either side. So I got that and added those bits to it. So there's all kinds of boxes up on the walls. There's tiles, there's stuff. Of course, it's right next door to the police station, which is, that's going to be the 56th precinct, because these 56 window stickers came from Silver Microphone. Oh, these here, those are actually a bar brick with a 1x1 bar brick with a hollow stud put into the top of it there. So it makes it more for a little bit of grip when I open that, which we'll do here in a second. But it's kind of makes it more stylized across the front. Oh, thanks, Joe. So yeah, there's that, and I redid the awning here just to make it look more blocky, more playful, if you will. Playful. But yeah, 56 precinct. These windows are from an earlier Spider-Man set from way back early 2000s. It was like a dock set, and there was a warehouse that exploded, and these were the ones that came in there. But I got 2 sets of those stickers relatively cheap. So yeah, the front here opens like a cabinet for the top, and parts do come apart like a normal modular. The top will come off here. This main cabinet section will separate from the base, but can't really see in there too well right now. But let me turn on the lights. There, get a little bit better. And the building doesn't have a bathroom, but for imagination's sake, I'm saying that the bathroom is the area which houses the power supply back over here in the main floor of the City Hall area. And City Hall is pretty busy in there. Let's see if we can get in closer so you can see it a little bit better. Maybe not too much. But yeah, a pretty large area in there. There's a couple there at the counter getting ready to get hitched. Other various people and whatnot. Yes, the double-decker couches in there. Oh, we've got buckets, but we're gonna call that power supply area over there at bathroom, just for sanity's sake. It makes you feel more comfortable about it. Makes me feel more comfortable about it. But up here, I was just working on this last night, actually, when I was watching Brickman Mosaic Arts stream, because hey, I won something finally. I won a poly bag. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so we got just a minor little courtroom going on in there. Currently, no judges are on the scene because the judge is over in the other building officiating something else. Once he gets out of there, he's going to come back over here. But right now, we're taken over by supervillains. So we got Vulture in there and Mr. Freeze. So yeah, super sewer baby to the rescue for sure, because we got too many eateries and not enough places to dispose of things, if you know what I mean. The top floor in here is kind of a jail situation there. There's no real story as to what's going on up in there right now, but got everything in there, and of course I'm gonna have to put a toilet in there just because. But that's all lime, so it's not a very attractive place to be. It's not any kind of weekend retreat. It's jail. And then the floor below that, you see there, we got that's kind of the mayor's office kind of a situation, and the mayor is just kind of weird. But there's also some hidden side artifacts in there as well. And yeah, the turkey. The turkey's almost out there as a incentive right now for the prisoners to behave, because Homer and the Creeper are not getting along. Things are going to happen, and you don't want to be a part of it. But going back down here to the bottom floor, you can see with the lights now a little bit more deeply into the Lego store itself. So yeah, it's mostly just transferred over from the other build that I had, with a completely redesigned front, pretty much. Yeah, and then you can see over here. Well, you will see over here in a second, because I'm going to end up taking this apart so we can take a look at moving it and getting it into its spot. And that's right, I had a white tile fall down in here last night. There. Okay. And get that yuppie back in there. All right, so good. Lights off. And this the entire thing is lit with 2 lights. Yeah, Penthouse Prison. I got that idea kind of from Chicago. This place in Chicago, I think that it's like a skyscraper jail. It looks pretty formidable. It's right in the middle of downtown. But as you can see, the back design here, not anything great. The window layout, you can see, was done more just to get light to the inside. So it's kind of like an actual old school building where they don't really emphasize what you can't see so much. So yeah, that's all to provide light to the inside, especially when you take it out. All right, so we're gonna try and take this apart, and hopefully nothing falls off or gets too damaged. And then we're going to move it over to the city after we take a look more inside there. Okay. One fluid motion. And I will say something too here. You see it a lot of time in modulars and builds like that when you have to take off, sections of a building. Folks will end up using these pieces because that's what Lego suggests. Plus, it gives you a little bit more stability. But almost every time when I take a section off a building, one of these comes with it. One of these comes with it. So you got to be alerted on that, or else, you set it on a flat surface, it's not going to sit flush. And you're like, oh, I got to press this down. And then, things get messed up. But yeah, it's a solid skyscraper. Thank you. I think we're going to take a closer look inside if we can. But you can see here on the police side, we have a metal detector. We also have a snack station there for folks coming in, and ATM that was a little sub build that originally came with the Lego store is sitting in there as well. And then yeah, Wiggum's taking Homer through to go up into the lockup, and got another police officer there. And there's more hidden side artifacts down here in the bottom, mostly stuff from the hidden side high school, the haunted high school. And then taking a look over there at the Lego store. Tried to keep everything in line with the classic Lego store, with the yellow floor there, a huge brick wall in the back. We got boxes over here on this side, on these shelves. On this other side, there's a ton of those tiles with stickers, which are the ones I'm sure that came with the VIP stuff, because I got a few of those. Yeah, the black windows on the police station, it makes it look a little bit modern. Like they redid this section, they redid this. Like, that's the way most city buildings I find are. It's like your ground level stuff they're going to redesign, because you got people moving in and out of that stuff every couple of years usually. A new eatery here, a new shop here, a new store here, and then it kind of gets more of a redesign as time goes. Whereas the main part of the building kind of keeps that classic look, classic feel to it. And then my previous build, when I did this, the Lego store was sitting out a little bit, so it kind of looked like the rest of the building was built above it, and I just want to kind of integrate it more into this build. And then there's there's a little section back here where you can't really see in there too well, so I won't show it off. And for me, in my mind, like, there could be a bathroom in there, but it's more of a entrance, exit, back door kind of a thing, with the beginning of the suggestion of the elevator shaft. Must have a ton of windows. Yes, I have a ton of windows, and we're going to be taking a look at a ton of windows, which is what I should probably name this building that we're going to look at next. But now we're going to insert this into the city in its former hole, and we're going to take a look and see if it jives with the rest of everything else. Because if it doesn't, that means we're going to have to do some scooting and some adjusting and some moving around. But that's a project for another time, because we get about little bit over a half hour left here. All right, so you see the gap where it's going to fill there, right between the Sanctum Sanctorum and the hospital pizza parlor combo area. The thing here is these road place plates are connected for some dumb reason, because that's just not the greatest move I've ever done. But I'm going to set this over here. They're much easier to move if you have them separate. All right. And then, of course, the lighting for the bottom is provided from the top part. So there are hollow points in those floors to let the light shine through into the open stuff down below, which is a trick I picked up doing that red building over there, which is going to be needing a revamp. All right, so sliding it on in. And this is why I can't do mills, because of my classic base plates. All right, so that's where it's going to sit there. We might be in for a little bit of tragedy right now, because I haven't tried to set this on top of that in situ, in its, you know, city state. So we're going to find out whether or not the whole thing is going to fall apart, and I'm going to have to clean it up. The big problem here isn't so much getting the getting the building set on itself. It's squeezing it in amongst its peers. That's the crux of the issue here. Okay. Haha! Success! Fix that. It's in! We're in! And I don't think it looks too half bad either. See Galactus peeking around the corner there. But yeah, now this entire block here has more of an old school feel to it, which doesn't really, I mean, it doesn't really contrast so much. I mean, it kind of contrasts, but it kind of complements the more modern style buildings that are going on in the background here too. Because one of my favorite things about a city is the wide period of the architecture that goes on there. So you can like kind of see what time a city began, you know, it started its life. And then you can kind of see where it's going too with all the big stuff there. So I just love that combination of ages of buildings and whatnot. How many bricks tall is each floor? In this one, it varies. Usually it's going to be at least 6. But for my stuff, a lot of times I like to do a double height floor. So a lot of times it's going to be 12 or more, depending, especially if it's like a fancier foyer, something like that. Whereas you see the gray building over here, this one, on the end here, that's only 3 stories. That's only 3 floors in there. So there's a shorter one for the bottom, double wide for the second floor, and then the top floor is just a single height. That one's actually going to be more like 8 studs or 8 bricks high, something like that. Okay, so now we're going to be taking a look at this mother right here, which is quite the process to get taken off there, because these are each double height floors, so 4 main floors on the top there that you can see behind me, and they are all segmented, all modular, so they can each pop off. But it comes off as a pretty good block of places too. So we're gonna take that apart real quick. I'm trying to get a good camera angle here for you, so see that. Oh, my table is dirty. Okay. And I'm gonna take this ladder off because I don't know why I put that on there. This one I can usually take off in sections of 2. And this is maximized window space for sure. But it's pretty light because it's all exterior. It's all exterior. There's nothing in the center really to give it too much heft, except for the Mayfigures that are hanging out there. Wow. And then once we start putting it back up here, we'll probably take a look at maybe some of the stuff that's going on in there. There's a little bit of interesting action. So we got falling figures here. We got 2 more smaller buildings to take a look at. Okay. Oh, what fell now? Wait, is that dude? Little dude. Little hidden side dude. I used to know his name. Okay. So now we got a big gaping gap there in the city. But we're going to take a look at the tuning shop that I was working on was a week or 2 ago that we were trying to get it all set up and fixed and whatnot. So, and these are kind of involved, and I don't have a big enough table really to look at these too well. But so part of that was the Ferrari Museum, which was formerly the entire first floor of that building. But I stacked it up a little bit, raised it just a hair, so I could get multiple levels of cars going on in here. And of course, maximized windows for maximized light. You can see the classic Ferrari 250 GTO there, kind of the main display piece. A lot going on there on the first floor, inside that front door, which is 2 windshields stacked on top of each other. And then, sure enough, there's a stairway going up to the mezzanine area. Would you call that a mezzanine? Maybe. Do kind of a slow turn here. And then you see there's 1 door on this side, and that's so it can connect to the garage so you can pass from one building to the next. You see up there on the 2nd floor, we got an F1 racer, and Aquamike's back. Yeah. Yeah, the arch from the roller coaster pieces. Yeah, this was a lot of the elements in here, especially the Ferrari signage, came from the Ferrari garage, which came out a couple years back. Some of the cars in here are from that as well, except for the Ferrari F40, which you can still get your hands on. One of my favorite cars of all time, or at least that F40 you can get your hands on. And then, yeah, so just kind of a Ferrari museum because I love Ferraris, and I have a lot of them, and I wanted to get them off the road. So I thought a Ferrari museum would be fitting. So there's that, which I really, really like. And I don't know if you can see it too well. Let's see if I can get a better angle here. Got a row of trophies there on that top back wall, just to kind of give a shout out there. So yeah, this is the Ferrari Museum, and I kind of really dig it. I think it came together well. The entire front window section here is all trans blue, trans light blue, that is. And then the windows around the edges and back and whatnot are just regular trans clear. But I will say, yeah, good way to get the cars off the road. I would love to build a huge parking garage. That's kind of a dream of mine, and ridiculous as it sounds, it would really, really help me out. But what was I going to say here? Yeah, so the windows and whatnot. But I will say I use so many windows. As you can see, I use a lot of these windows. They're the 4x6 door frame with a 4x6 window trans clear window bit glass. Yeah, it's window glass inserted in there, so you get that larger window area. Plus, cost wise, it's very effective to, you know, take up a lot of space and make a lot of structure, and they're pretty sturdy. They hold a lot of weight. So one of the things, if you want to start doing buildings like that, you want to get your glass pieces from Pick a Brick online. The reason is because each of those glass pieces will run you 6 cents each. Okay. If you were to get them from Bricks and Pieces, you're talking more like 36 cents. If you're going to try and get them anywhere from Bricklink, yeah, you're in the 30s and 40 cents for something new. They get scratched really easy. I try and get 200 at a time when I do get a Bricks and Pieces order, or I mean a Pick a Brick order from Lego. Just because that's the max number you can get, and they you're going to get some that are scratched, and so you might want to put those to the back of the building because they just kind of throw them all in the back. So just a little heads up if that's a route you want to go down for your city making, which I highly recommend. It's cost effective. All right, so I'm going to actually take this and set this one back because we've taken a look at the Ferrari Museum. Yay. Ferrari 250 GTO, greatest car of all time. So beautiful. Yes. All right. And setting these in back in the city is a lot easier than the other buildings, just because there's so much more room to work with here for that. Oh, sorry, I'm showing you all my my excessive body. All right. So here we go. Hey Tim, what's going on, y'all? Thank you. Yeah, we'll actually take a look at the Opera House here in a second. Yeah, it kind of does give off an Aquaman feel, but I was kind of more going for a Egyptian-ish thing. All right, so this is the tuning garage, and of course I'm going to redo everything over there eventually for light so that it can shine in like it did in the other building we took a look at. But yeah, this is Tread's tuning, freshly updated. And if you were on the stream when I was trying to suss this out and get it figured out, I had these Queen Whatever pieces that I was trying to figure out what to do with. And I know I wanted to use them somewhere in the signage. Because I had the orange flame, I had the orange head, so I kind of wanted to work with that. So what I ended up doing is just throwing a face in front of the tire, so it looks like the guy's attached to a tire. He's moving really fast, and he's tearing out of treads because he's got some sweet action going on. So yeah, I worked a lot of dark red in here. At that time, I was trying to work the tan in as well, but I just pretty much eliminated the tan because it didn't work as well with the colors here. And the color scheme that they originally had with the garage was kind of the dark red with black, or with some black on the windows and whatnot, a line of dark blue going around and separating that from a line of light gray. So I wanted to do light gray, hints of dark blue, red, and black for the main colors going on here, with some yellow highlights, you know, because of the Treads tuning sign. So I tried to work that in above here a little bit. And yeah, as you can see, like as I'm turning this around, you can see all the way through here. Yeah, the face on the sign. Yeah, thanks, Rick and Lisa. I'm glad it came together. But yeah, so the front, I mean, the back of the building is, you know, just your typical back of the Lego building that's 1 block thick, and all your inside details are revealed to the world. But as you can see, the sides are left pretty open, so you can see right in there and see what's going on. Like we have the Nissan GTR on the lift inside. It is a functional lift that was cribbed from the Ferrari garage back in the day, and as you can see there, it's functional. It does lift. It's easier to drop down than go up. It does not like all that weight. Plus, it's a very, yeah, we're going to leave it down. It's a very finicky system sometimes. But As you can see here, still have the chain fall for the engines and whatnot, and made it so it does slide across and through in the shop. That took a little bit of reworking. It's on rails there. You can kind of see a little bit in the back here. That back wall. I'll see if I can tip it without anything. Well, I won't do that. So what's going on in the back there? That is all Speed Champions rims that have come from various mini sets. And that's kind of an elevated area there. This does have a bathroom, and it is a fantastic little bathroom. You can't really see too well from here. Let's see. Master Wu is standing in front of it right now. Yeah. And for that, I used one of the bull horns as the handle for the door. So that is kind of awesome. And it's all white tiled in there. And then there's various trappings of the garage trade that you'll find inside. The door opens traditionally just like it did in the former building. I have a nice lip in here that you got to go over to get stuff in there. So we can hold 2 cars in here. We can work on 2 cars at once. It treads. There is a gas pump, but I don't know if it's functional because I don't know if that's kind of a good thing to do that in an enclosed space like that. Of course, the front door is here. We took a service sign from the Brickanista knows that extra pack of stickers that you get in this like 4 or 5 sheets. They had some service sign stuff in there, but no exit signs. In Lego, like exit signs are really tough to come by. Anyway, because I wanted some exit signs for the back door here. You know, you see the back door inside. And I had that area above it that I was going to put an exit sign. And I was totally ready to bricklink something, or even find somebody that had it like was selling printed ones. But nobody wants to leave anything in Lego City apparently. Yeah, but there were parts from the Ferrari garage, like extra parts for some of those automobile builds that, like an extra spoiler. There's a new front for the hood for the Ferrari F40, and some other additional car pieces, and those are hanging out up here in top. Okay, right here you can kind of see the door a little bit better for the bathroom, but it's a pretty decent bathroom. You know, you can't really see it, and you have to take everything apart in here. You have to pop this roof off and open the side. But yeah, it's something. Yeah, there's got to be an exit sign somewhere or something. I haven't found it. The only ones I really found, they're stickers. They're like 3 sets of stickers that you can get with exit on it. 2 of them are for airplane doors, and one is an emergency exit that came with some kind of a Technic one. Yeah. I don't know why exit signs are hard to come by. That I mean, I would have thought that they'd have them in like the theaters, right? Because Lego's done a couple different theaters and no exit signs. Because I mean, that's where you you see them, because you know everything goes dark and then you just see the red exit when you're going to a theater. When people did that, when that was a thing, yeah, I would totally use them. Like if I was looking at this place in the UK, it's was it minifigs.me? I think it was. Anyway, I ended up ordering a couple of the they did some custom Doctor Who figures. So I'm getting 13th Doctor, I'm getting the 10th Doctor, and I'm getting the 6th Doctor, because the 6th Doctor is totally awesome. And if you don't know who the 6th Doctor is, I'm going off on another tangent here. We're taking another tentacle out of the Squid world. Colin Baker, that's your dude right there. He was kind of a Harlequin of a doctor. Different, so many different colors in his outfit. But he's kind of a little bit of a pompous doctor too. But I mean, it's a great combination. That, the outfit, the curly hair. One of my favorite companions of all time, Perry, because she's just like, you know, this smart American girl who kind of knows what's going on, but like, because she's with a doctor, she gets put in the perilous situations. And shout out to the 5th Doctor, who was an avid cricket person and carried a piece of celery in his lapel because he was a weird dude. He was a weird dude too, because the doctor's just weird, right? I mean, that was like the most normal looking of the doctors, the fifth doctor, but still a weird dude. Got celery on his lapel, goes around in a cricket outfit. Although there was a Doctor Who episode with him in it that he played cricket and he was doing pretty good. So rock on with that. But yeah, so here is the garage. It's all done. Um, we're wrapping up here. We're in the final 15 of this hour-long one today because again, I'm trucking my happy self down to Meyer and getting shot number 2. But yeah, so this is great. I really love how it came together. I want you to see too above the bathroom there. We also have some like tires and rims stacked. But I had old school shell bit from like a Shell service station from back in the day, and some Octane stuff in there. There's a calendar and some other holdovers from the treads tuning, so it makes it look a little bit more I don't know, like a shop. Like there's it's clean, it's organized, but there's a little bit of it's a fun workplace kind of environment feel to it. And then some little light blue flowers out here out front of the window, just because um, this building itself does not provide a lot of sidewalk space. Most of my buildings have at least a six module long from this where it connects to the other sidewalk, which is 6 again uh, sidewalk there. So there can be a lot of folks moving along. But this one, I wanted to maximize the space inside the garage. I want to be able to get 2 cars in there comfortably. Plus, any work that needed to be done in there had to be done, in a non-cramped fashion. So that's what I work with. Yeah, that drives the demand. So I'm gonna try and see if I can get. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who to talk to about getting exit signs. But I know there are people out there who engrave bricks and tiles and stuff, and people who do custom printing. Those jobs get a little bit pricey. So I mean, I'm holding out until I absolutely have to. But yeah, so thanks for taking a trip to Treads with me today. This cornice was something I worked on while I was watching Falcon and Winter Soldier. Um, and so it's got the light gray there. It's got the dark red going on it. Oh, got the Johnson and Johnson. Nice, Tim. Yeah, that's one and done. So that's very cool. But yeah, I'm getting Pfizer number 2 today in Meyer, which means I will probably walk out of there with a Lego set today because I did last time. So we'll see how that goes, right? But yeah, so out front here, I got these little lights, just little dishes with a gem stuck up inside them to make it look like these little down lights for the garage, and these checker flags here, which are kind of tougher to come by these days. They used to be pretty prevalent in Bricklink stores and everything like that, but they only came in a handful of sets, believe it or not, and nothing that is currently in print, I don't think. So if you want some, you can find them for like 10 cents a piece, but something to get over there. Oh, the Commissioner Gordon sign. Thanks, Aqua Mike. Yeah, it's 3 billboards outside of I get that part of the title down for the movie, and then like something Montana, Ebbings, something like that. Ebbing, Missouri, Montana. Anyway, it's somewhere out there. It's got Francis McDormand in it. It's a pretty good movie, but this is just kind of shout out to that movie with little bit of a mashup there. So yeah. So I got that. This is going to go back in the city here real quick, and then we're going to take a look at it all assembled. We're going to take a wide view here while we got the last couple minutes and see everything in state. But I'm going to kind of angle the camera away from me while I'm doing this because brother need to work out just a little bit after this whole pandemic thing. So bear with me. All right, boom, that's in. Oh no. Sit right down. Sit down right. Okay, there we go. And actually, before I put it up, there's one thing I wanted to show you here in the top of the white building, the penthouse. You may have seen it before, you may have not. Still needs a little bit of tweaking in one section of it, but it's pretty much done. So as you can see, there's no Stark Tower in my town because there's kind of a backstory behind that. Long story short, Tony Stark's kind of a douche. So he has a penthouse that he is leasing. Leasing, that's right, leasing. I said it. Take that, Tony Stark. But you know, he got the Hall of Armor back there and his workshop, everything. Magneto is in there hanging out for some reason, as well as a couple other folks here. Yes, Aqua Mike, you know I'm gonna be eyeing that Daily Bugle. I'm saving up money for it now. I haven't. Otherwise, I would have had this space shuttle right now. But yeah, Daily Bugle is a thing, and it's on the way, and I want it. I want it bad. I'm hoping it's going to be a 32 by 32 base plate, so it's going to be able to get into the city here pretty easily. I have some reworking over here to do by the Wayne Manor and the Lagoon, and so I'm going to end up getting at least 32 by 64 worth of space, but half of that I want to use for a road. So hopefully they have it sized right. I mean, it could be like the Ghostbusters over here at the headquarters, which is 32 by 48, which makes it so you can fit it in there. You got, you know, you can do like a 16 by 32 building and wedge it in there and still keep it into a 32 square format. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes, and we'll see how drastically I have to rearrange things. But I do want that building so bad. I haven't even seen it yet. I don't know if they're going to be doing like a more updated modern version of the Daily Bugle, or if they're going to do like the classic flat iron style Daily Bugle, which would be, I can't even put it into words how awesome that would be. But they are coming out with a Daredevil. They are coming out with Black Cat in that set. And this is all the information that we know as of yet, really. Besides the price. The price is going to be $299.99, and it's going to come with a lot of figures. So you know what I'm going to be doing when that comes out? I'm going to be ordering it at midnight and then waiting patiently for the next couple days for it to show up. But yeah, so yeah, Tony Stark's penthouse all set here. Down below there is just like parties and whatnot, you know, because people are partying like it's 1999 back here. I gotta get new calendars for town. I'm gonna put this back up, and then we're gonna take a look at the whole thing back in the way. Oh, and this roof is too flimsy. I need to work on this roof. Oh boy. One more set of plates. Dun, ta-da. Dun, ta-da. Wow, that was so easy. Okay. All right. So there it is, right behind me. I'm going to back the camera up, try and get a wide angle shot here so we can take it all in. Please ignore the little buildy stuff going around this little rim inside here. That's at the moment, that's a catch-all for other things. There's going to be a subway station here before too long, though. Yeah. That's kind of a pretty good wide view of the whole thing, right? Not too much glare. Galactus is peeking through. For some reason, and it's a good thing I have the PS4 backup right now because I can't see the chat on the laptop for some reason, but I can see it on the PS4. So that's been a weird thing about today's stream. Get even further back. Yeah, and that gets almost everything in there. Yeah. So there's the city. It's getting there. I mean, I mean, it's there, right? It's of course it's there. Where else would it be? I can't move that thing. Um, but yeah, we're coming along. We're getting things all set and situated, and I'm just really loving how that whole row of buildings looks together. The red building is going to be revisited here for pretty soon. Once I get a bricks and pieces order in to work out a utility shaft in there, which is going to kind of be disguised as an elevator shaft. Because, I mean, let's face it, it would be cool to have a working live elevator. The yellow building behind me, you can see, has a working live elevator on the exterior of the building there in the back. But getting a working elevator into a building is much more difficult than it sounds. Yeah, it's tough. But yeah, so that's good. That's done. Hopefully soon I'll have this stuff down here tidied up. I just need to find a home for my brickheads, because brickheads are a thing and they're cute and I like them and I want to keep them. Alexander 23, what's going on, yo? Yeah, it's getting kind of exciting back here behind you, yo. Yeah, I got tingles. I got tingles. I'm so excited. Nah. Okay, maybe that's it's going a little too far. I need to rein it in. Just bring it down a tad. Well, Aqua Mike was asking earlier about the front here for the Opera House. If you can see a little bit past my video stacks and all that. There. Let's see. Yep. And Loving Cleopatra by Faith No More has been the longest running show in town. Yeah. And that is lit in there too. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Alvin. Yeah, it's pretty much what colors I had, which colors in bulk, which colors really work with blue and black, which is what I have like an excess of. I got a bulk buy of blue bricks way back in the day on Bricklink. We're talking like 15 years ago when I first planned out my first major skyscraper. And we're talking pennies and 2 cents each for these bricks. From 1x2s to 1x4s, and even a couple of 1x6s. I got a couple thousand bricks off this cat, and it was a big epic building. But that building has since fallen and has been reused in many different venues here in town, because we believe in recycling here. No building material goes to waste, and oh, what are we calling this? Gotham Manhattatropolis? Yeah. Or the city, the city, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, go ahead and make your own city. I know y'all got bricks laying around. Alexander, I know you got the bulk bins and stuff, but you're working on Castlevania right now. So Dracula's Castle takes precedent for sure. Brickanista is getting her city started a little bit. So yeah, like cities should be a thing. Everybody should have a city. One, they're awesome to look at. They're great to work on. And two, it severely reduces how much space you need to store your non-used Lego. Like, use your Lego to make this. And then you have less to worry about storing, right? Just keep making buildings. Like, they might not look great at first. So you keep working it and working it and working it. Yeah, Faith No More is still around. Well, Faith No More, I guess, in my city, they've gone more down a path of writing and directing, and producing stage dramas and musicals and whatnot. City in your island, yeah, it's quite a thing. I wanting to build big things out of Lego has always been a dream of mine. Like, still my big dream ever since childhood was to make the Nautilus out of Lego, which I'm going to be working on very shortly here, or at least a small scale play set of it. And then, of course, as a kid, the Black Seas Bear, or the Barracuda, captured my mind and heart and imagination. And so I've always wanted a pirate ship, and then I got that, and that's kind of how this whole Lego thing started. Coming out of my poor age, I didn't really have a dark age because I was always thinking about building stuff with Lego. But I had a poor age, and I kind of started to work myself out of that and start devoting money to the thing that matters to me the most, which is the city. And over time, all the other toys and media and whatnot kind of took away, took a back seat, and then working on this became the thing, the dream. But been working on your city, Aqua Mike? Yeah, you have. It's looking pretty good. My recommendation for you: make sure the buildings and the roads are detached so that you can move them around as much as you need to make it look better. As time goes on, as it expands, as it gets bigger, that's one thing you want to do with your city, is make sure that it can change with the times. You don't want to lock yourself into anything craggle or anything like crazy like that. Mech factory is a good idea too. I have a mech museum down here in the Space Museum, but that whole thing is going to have to be reworked eventually as well. But yeah, so we've hit the hour. I've got to start getting things tidied up and ready to go so I can hit the road and get my shot and get some Lego and then truck my happy self to the dentist this afternoon, because that's another thing as well. But yeah, so thanks for stopping by. We took a look at the camp build. We took a look at the stage I'm working on for the Alien DJ. We took a look at 3 new buildings here in town. Yeah, so we've had a good full day, right? Next week, hopefully we're going to be back on at the regular time, and that's going to be a day after we do the Rebrick This #Rebrick This challenge for on Brickanista stream. We're going to look at all the entries there, and yeah, oh, that's not the right instructions. I thought I had the instructions here. But yeah, so thanks everybody for checking things out. Thanks for stopping by. Make something awesome, because I mean, the only thing holding you back is you, and time, and parts. But mostly it's up here. So just do it, right? Something like that. I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm thinking about other things right now because I got to go get my shot, and then I have to go do other things. So yeah, but thanks everybody for stopping by. Going to do this again next week. I don't really know what the topic is going to be. Maybe we look at small architecture builds. Maybe I've got something cool to show off again next week. Maybe I got Babu Frick done. I don't know. We'll see. But thanks to everybody so much for stopping by. Aqua Mike, Joel, Brickanista, Tim. If I missed anybody, I am so sorry. But yeah, this is what we got going on here. Thanks so much for stopping by. See you next week. Peace, love, and hair grease if that's the thing that you need.